we're continuing to grow. Want to welcome new members to our subscribers. We do appreciate you. If you were here last night with us, thank you for hanging out. I know I was a little intense, but that's just something that really, really irks me. But we'll get through it. And to my Catholic friends, I still love you all. Please don't think that I don't. I'm actually worried about your eternal souls because of the direction that your church is going in. Ow. That is my... I'm gonna whoop these things. Get that out of your mouth. Give me that. That's mine. Fighting with the kittens. Welcome in, Yeti. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. Just sharing some links quick. Sounds okay? Where's Dave when you need him? I was just letting Dave know that there's kitty MMA going on in here. Well, hi, Fanger. Hi, my Fang. He's a wet, huh, buddy? Yes, hi. It is very, very froggy up here today. Oh, is it my turn to be ganged up on? Is it my turn to be ganged up on? Good morning, Thomas. How you doing, buddy? Hey, you guys are back too far. They can't see you. Somehow I get into the middle of all this. This is why I have pants on. Because if I didn't, there would be blood running down my leg at the moment. But they're only this cute and cuddly for a little while. Chester, get over here. You got all your freeze-dried Skittles done, Thomas? Good morning, Mr. Fred.
What's up, Mr. Chris?
Unfortunately, us at this time in the morning.
All right. Hang on, let me change headsets.
All right, buddy. Oh, man. Yeah, I was very comfortably sleeping in bed. I didn't want to get back up.
Okay.
Welcome back. So I guess from what they're saying, we only have a couple more weeks left of TikTok.
Yeah, whatever. They scared the folks before.
It's the way I look at it is it's one less thing I have to deal with at this point because I have so
Dude,
much other shit
there's
going
too
on.
many people. That's how they make their freaking living. So I'm not going to stress over it. If they do away with it, somebody else will come out with a different platform and do the same thing, and everybody will rush over there. So whatever. I've been kind of just laying off all social medias lately. Just consumes too much of my time. I got some other stuff I need to be doing.
Yeti said I tried to grow a Skittles tree once, not real sure why it didn't work. Yeah, I tried, tried planting money too. That shit doesn't grow either. I had my monkey food this morning. Oh my. Fred's over there sipping down some coffee, it looks like.
second cup, trying to stay awake.
Staying awake's good, especially when you're driving that big thing around. Oh man.
Well, I guess yeah, he's doing okay. His headaches subsided.
He hasn't told me, so I don't know. How's your headaches doing, Yeti?
Oh,
Are
I
they
didn't know he was
getting better?
online.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Yeah, I've been headaching too.
Could it be allergies helping with headaches? Because I know that can sometimes trigger mine if there's a lot of pollen and shit.
I think mine's just pure stress. So
Yeah, it's possible too. You're definitely under a lot more stress than I am, bud. Is it foggy over out where you are today, or?
no, I'm in Indianapolis.
It is foggy
I
as
think
shit.
everything's past me, headed your way.
Yeah.
It's just
I
been hotter than
saw
shit last couple of days.
Ruth and they're getting smacked with bad storms already this morning.
Right.
Yeti says, I'm doing better. Things have calmed down a bit since I got the 100%. Well, there you go. It takes a little bit of stress off you.
Good deal. My peeps have already told me that I'll probably never get 100% or even more than what I'm getting now, only because I'm still able to hold down a full-time job and my income is so high. So, yeah. Thanks, America.
I don't agree with that shit either.
Well, if you've got an issue that's preventing you from working, they'll just about give it to you. But if you still can hold down a good job and doesn't affect your income, yeah, not so much.
Be careful, Thomas. Shit's kind of crazy out your way right now. Thomas said had to come back from the cabin for more appointments today. With all the talk of Trump pardoning Derek Chauvin, Minneapolis is kind of a powder keg at the moment. So I don't know that that's a hard one. I think he should get a new trial because it's been proven that the people who his superiors from the police station lied under oath. But the Supreme Court, I guess, won't take it up, so I guess the only other option is pardon at this point.
I don't even know who you talk about.
The Minneapolis police officer that was sentenced to life in prison for St. Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the cowardly Supreme Court won't take up his case because they say it'll make him look too politically motivated. Well, no, it would make it so that you look justice motivated because there's plain...
Well, whatever his involvement is, I feel like he went. If I'm not mistaken, he did go to prison, didn't he?
He's in prison now, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's probably served.
It's been
His
Go ahead, bud. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. I think if he in any case that he was wrong, and I'm not here to judge him whether he was wrong or right, because there's a whole lot of factors involved in that. I think he's probably served what should have.
Yeah.
I don't know if he deserved anything, but I don't know if it was proven that he deserved everything he got and then some. But there's a fine line in there, and there's fault on both sides.
The medical examiner came out and said that if there wasn't video of Chauvin being on top of him, that he would have ruled it an overdose from fentanyl.
Right.
Well, there was no physical marks on the neck. They've admitted that. It doesn't make sense. It was just because he got prosecuted
He was a
because they were
scapegoat.
afraid. Yeah, because they were afraid that the city would burn down otherwise.
Well, they only hurt themselves.
Well, they just put it off because now the city will probably burn down anyway.
Well, I'm the last person in this world that you can call racist, but everybody wants to scream racism, 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 but then they people congregate, and there's as many whites as there is blacks. And I'll give you a good example. Down there in Panama City, they ruined spring break for everybody. But if you look at the videos that I have seen, and I'm sure there's more, that was racially motivated. They just needed something to tear up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there was as many whites as there are blacks. But they pick a town. These people, somebody is putting out words and getting all these colleges and whoever, and putting the stuff up. This is where we're going this year. Look at Tabby Island out there in Georgia a couple of years ago. They just all but destroyed that little old place. And they tried it in Florida this year. They did it in Daytona one year. They've done it in Lauderdale. They've done it in a lot of different places.
Thomas says, I hope he does. It was a sham trial, and BLM members on the jury. Also, evidence was disallowed that would have freed him. Yeah, like they sat there. His mom had taken an actual copy of the book, the manual, the training manual from the police station to the lawyer, to his lawyer. And his lawyer tried to submit it as evidence to show that hold that Chauvin was doing on Floyd was actually trained to them by the police station. And the judge wouldn't let it.
It's like any martial arts. There's a lot of muscle memory in that. That's why they practice over and over and over again. I know. I did it for 14 years.
Thomas said it was white people starting the fires in Minneapolis. Yeah, no doubt. And it's like they said, they lit the fires in mostly black neighborhoods. It didn't hurt the white neighborhoods mostly. It hurt the black neighborhoods. It burned out black businesses and put them out of business. In St. Louis.
They only hurt themselves.
And they need to stop listening to white liberals. White liberals are the worst people for them to listen to, honestly. They are not helping them. So, for any of my Catholic friends, if you go and watch the video I made last night, please remember I love you guys. It's nothing against you personally. It's against the higher ups in the church that I'm really just pissed off at over this decision. So I don't want them thinking that I'm upset with them. But I think this is going to cause another big rift in the Catholic Church and have a lot of people get out of it. Thomas said, I took over 1,000 pictures the next morning. Yeti says, has become supposed to be illegal, but has become commonplace. Yeah, common practice. It's sad. I have a text message. Oh, Mom, I gotta, hold on, I can't do it today. Send her this for now. Mom was gonna hop on here and talk with us, and I forgot I did not set her up a Rumble account yet. So that's not gonna happen. So I will send her the link to come hang out in the chat with us.
Chris, I'll
Fred,
be
I
right
don't.
back. I got to answer a call.
All right, bud. Well,
Go ahead.
I'll be here.
No, go ahead.
Go
What are
ahead.
you going to say?
No, it can wait.
All
I'll
right.
tell you when we come back.
All right.
I need to set Mom up a Rumble account. I'll do that after the show today. Yeti. Oh, look, another text message. That's funny. Oh, man. No, I was really, really wound up last night. To where I came out here and I did I did a 30-minute video, where I read, well, here, I will put the headline up here on the screen for you. All right, let me edit this real quick, because I think this full screen's making it too big. So I don't think you're seeing the entire picture. There you go. Now you can see the whole picture. So this is what I had a complete and total meltdown last night. Now, I'll admit it was a meltdown. I got triggered. I did try to contain myself and keep myself composed. But anyone who knows me knows that this is a very sore subject for me. So, it's called suppressing exculpatory evidence, and it's supposed to be like, okay, now I got the whole thing there. Gotcha. But you couldn't help yourself? It's okay. I get those moments too. And of course, they're all hanging out on the other side of the daggone thing there. So we're actually going to swap out this stand for this stand. Look out, my girl. Let's see if I can do this without knocking everybody away. Oh, how'd you knock that down? Oh, whoa, no. You don't need to hear me in stereo. No, you don't. There you go. Now you can see the bubbies again. But, I will always fight for kids. I will fight for helpless women and helpless animals as well. So, good morning, Mom. Oh, hold on. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but how much further will they dictate to the church to the point it's run by the state? I understand the First Amendment argument of it, but I'm thinking on the moral argument of it. I miss Boo. Can you hear her purring? My girls are purring. But Fred said he'll be right back, Mom. He had to go take a phone call. And after the show's over, I'll take and set you up a Rumble account so you'll be able to sign in and join us next time. I thought I had done that already, but apparently I did not. So, my apologies. Let's see. Let me get a sip of my drink. And we'll find some fun stuff to talk about. Okay. Did you know that apparently they blamed Sasquatch for stuff in the Civil War? Let's see if it'll let me in. So this is from November 23rd of 2018. Let me get you all a link that way if you want to read along, you can. I'm old, huh? There's the link to where I'm looking at here. And it says, here's an interesting story of an encounter from a Confederate soldier being rescued from being mortally wounded. Is the story true? I do not know. But it has some interesting Civil War battle facts implied. Have a listen if interested. Entertaining story and different from what we have heard from the battlefields of the American Civil War. Where this story came from, I also don't know. Has anyone else heard or know of these kind of episodes during the Southern Northern theaters? Bet there's a few which have never been discussed because of the nature of such information. And then it takes you to a YouTube channel. Come on. I'm not. Wait, what? They gotta blame somebody, don't they, Mom says?
It brought back unpleasant memories. Then I rode further into the woods to the monster's den. It was gone, and the bank I had been lifted from was now washed out. I stood there for an hour hoping to see the beasts again, but there was only silence. As I mounted my horse to leave, I looked back one last time at the woods where the monsters had lived, and I wondered what had happened to them. As I rode away, I was filled with gratitude in the way they had cared for me. And then I heard a long and very loud howl come from across the creek. I never looked back. I kept riding, and I remembered.
Okay, so we've got a lot of music in here. The heck? That wasn't even...
Years later, it brought back. He asked if I could ride a horse, and I told him that I could.
Okay. Here's the link to that channel if you want to go listen to the...
Years later, it brought.
Unfortunately, my dad is way into the cryptid thing, so he watches a lot of videos like that, and so I haven't seen that one. Sunny and Gizmo are ready to take their first flight. What are you talking about? Oh man, what else can we find here? Because that was disappointing. What is the most famous Bigfoot sighting? Let's look this one up. Okay, it says here, for decades, people around the world have been fascinated with the legend of Bigfoot. Why are you calling me, Mother? I'm not asleep. I was reading. It says, for decades, people around the world have been fascinated with the legend of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, or whatever you choose to call it. Sightings of a furry, upright biped and reports of beastly footprints have been reported from as far afield as the Himalayas. Although no definitive proof exists, the often questionable reports continue adding up. Outside, plunged into the deep, dark corners of... God damn it. Into the deep, dark corners of the subculture to compile the most famous, perhaps most convincing Bigfoot photos ever captured. Here's the evidence. Is Bigfoot real? You be the judge. No, well, thank you. I appreciate your trying to wake me up, but I wasn't asleep. Okay, so yeah, I got it. Whatever. They are saying that this is the most famous Bigfoot photo of all time. Right here. Are you scared, Fred?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Because I'm running naked across your screen here.
Okay. Whatever blows your skirt up.
We're looking up the most famous Bigfoot photos of all time, it says.
I think they pretty much got it the other day when I sent you.
Hold on, I gotta pull that video up. Let me see. Gotta remember where you sent it to me. You sent it to me in Messenger.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're bringing King of the Hill back on TV now too, from what they're saying.
I don't
think
know
they're
why
gonna
it ever
mess.
left. It was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, it was funny. I think they're gonna screw it up. I don't know. They didn't do too bad of a job with the reboot of Beavis and Butthead, so maybe they'll do an okay job.
I didn't care for those two idiots.
That's what made them such idiots, is the fact that you knew they were idiots.
I think Saturday Night Live did it pretty good. Skit about it. Those two guys look just like Beavis and Butthead. I swear they did.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, they did such a good job during the skit. Everybody broke character for laughing so damn hard.
Hold on. Now
Shit, hang on a minute. This is work.
All right, bud. Mom said good morning, Mr. Fred. He'll be back, Mom. Stupid flies are walking across the thing again. Hey, Mom. My son's father-in-law had a size 18 shoe. People would freak out looking at his footprints in the beach. That's funny. Hey, Mom. Are we going to go over to Blues Fest tomorrow? Go over and see if I can help. Mike sell some stuff. Alright, you ready? What the heck? No. Hold on. Homo holius. Welcome back, Fred.
May have to take that chat down because I can't see it for the chat. But everybody's screen is different.
Homo tripodus.
Chris, move it to the left just a little bit. Okay, move a little bit farther. Left, not out. Yeah, there you go.
This is where he's freaking out on the tripping on the mushroom. Oh, man. No ice cream for me. What the hell? He said, no ice cream for him. I almost pulled the car off to the side of the road yesterday and told him to get out. They were arguing.
Who?
Me and Katie.
Oh.
Thomas says shot collars work great. Mom says cattle prods. You got rid of your cattle prods, so you can't use that on me now. Ha ha ha.
You better not send it to Cora.
I don't know who she sold it to. I think she sold it to an Amishman down at the cattle sale. But I don't know. Maybe Cora called her and told her she was an Amish person that works at a livestock sales place to buy it.
Yeah.
Oh man. What else can we find here? No, I don't want to do that.
I saw a meme where it was basically a Pete Rose's zombie corpse. We said, "Oh yeah, I've only been dead 8 months, and now you put me in the Hall of Fame
Right.
just because I bet on my team when we were." If he was betting against his team, I could understand him being, but he wasn't, as
I
far
don't
as I
know that
know.
he bet on his games. I think he bet on.
No, he did bet on his game. He did bet on his games, but he bet on his team. He didn't bet against his team.
Yeti says Cora needs it for her bacon. Mom says I agree. She needs to tame that bacon down.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. I saw bacon pizza yesterday. Oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
son!
They have a breakfast pizza up here at Infinitos that I get all the time. It's bacon, egg, and cheese, or bacon, cheese, potato fry, and it's really good.
I still want to try that bacon. That's all.
Say that again, bud. You broke up a little bit.
I still want to try that bacon. It's a meatloaf and it's stuffed with cheese and peppers and stuff like that.
Oh,
You
nice.
basically take a log of hamburger
Mm-hmm.
and you canoe it out. If you don't like form it like you're gonna build a canoe.
Mm-hmm.
You line it with cream cheese. I'm not cream cheese, just cheese and whatever your flavorings you want. Then you wrap it, you brush it with barbecue sauce or whatever your topping is. Then you wrap bacon around it and brush that, and then bake it in the oven like that.
Hmm.
Looked really awesome.
Nice.
And I saw bacon cheeseburger casserole the other day. You put a layer of hamburger meat in the bottom of the casserole pan, and then put all your fixings in the middle of it, and then put another layer of bacon on top of that and cheese. And you could even put cooked bacon on top of that and just fling it in the oven like you would do lasagna or something.
Sweet. Daniel Elmo says, good morning, everyone. Mom said you would love Infinitos.
Where
I
is it? We
guess
went and ate that one day.
that was, what the hell was the name of the place? It started with a B.
Yeah, if I know.
I mean, the pizza was good, but I don't know. I think the food was better at the other place that they were at. Morning, Elvis. Holy shit, Mom. We need to get your eyes fixed. Now, hold on. Now I gotta do a freaking thing of Elmo as Elvis. It's all Mom's fault. Okay. I think Fred just came up with my new product, Scream Cheese. Interesting.
A what?
Something about Scream Cheese.
Okay.
It doesn't even. I mean, it's red like Elmo, but it doesn't look like Elmo. Definitely has the rhinestones like Elvis used to wear. Here, now you should be able to see it much better. Elmo, they made you shave all that furry shit off of you. You're nice and smooth now in this picture. Winds here is crazy. Oh my. Bahamas are... Well, I gotta go catch back up on chat here. I don't know what Mom's talking about. Mom, are you having a stroke or something? Where the hell did Baramas or something come from like that? I'm trying to figure out what the hell she's even talking about. Then she comes with, yeah, they're calling for 60-mile-per-hour winds here soon. Elmo said, who switched my head and shoulders with Nair? I think I saw your wife said something about that, Elmo. You did something to her food or something, so she was getting back at you. But you know, don't quote me on that.
Yeah, don't get me involved.
Let's see what's going on in the news today. Mom said the pizza place did it. Dang. Why is the pizza place what'd you do to the pizza place, Elmo, that they're coming to your house and doing that?
Didn't tip the driver.
Right? A Mexican beauty influencer was pew-pewed during TikTok live stream.
Was during the live stream?
Yep. A young
Talk about
Mexican social
more
media
rating.
influencer, right? A young Mexican social media influencer known for her videos about beauty and makeup was brazenly pew-pewed to death during a TikTok live stream in an incident that sent shockwaves through a country that faces high levels of gender-based violence. We really have to go there? It is The Guardian, so yeah, they've got to go there. That's all they have.
So I'm wondering if anybody thinks James Comey's going to go to jail for calling for the hit.
I think he should.
I think he should too. I think he ought to be arrested right now. Claiming he didn't know what 60, 86, and 47 meant. Lying
Yeah,
sack
I
of
don't
shit.
believe him. I was going to say, I don't believe him. You were the head of the FBI, and you're going to sit here and tell me you don't know what shit like that means when you were dealing with that shit for how long? I don't think so.
But it'll never happen.
British teenager Bella Culley held in Georgia on drug charges. Okay, stupid people, don't take your drugs to other countries.
Yeah, look, that basketball player got arrested. What, Russia?
Yep, Brittany
And
Griner.
cried the blues.
They put her in a
Cried the
men's
blues.
prison, you know that, right?
I don't care. You know, do the crime, do the time.
Babo's Pizza, that's the name of the place we went to, Fred.
Okay.
Thomas said, Fred, you should try this 2 hamburger patties with herb, cream cheese, and bacon in the center.
What do you do? Make 2 separate patties and layer it and then mold it together?
I believe so, yeah.
That works for me. Hell, I'll eat anything once, twice if I like it. Well, almost anything. As long as it's not gay or illegal.
Well, talks between Russia and Ukraine are underway in Turkey today. So, let's pray that goes well.
Yeah, look how he talked to Trump in advance and how far it got him. He thinks he's done nothing wrong. But yet we gave him $1 billion to build a ski resort. I need to shut up.
The money he got from us was supposed to go to protecting his country, not in his pocket. But then we saw, you know, where it really went when, you know, we saw Macron and the guy from England and France.
That went over there and jammed with him.
Yeah, he was over there hanging out with them, and they had to hide that little baggie of white powder that they forgot on the table.
One of our diplomats went over there and got up on stage and was playing guitar with them.
That was Secretary of State Anthony Blinken.
I don't care who it was. You hold a rock concert or you spread diplomacy.
He was probably spreading something, but it wasn't diplomacy.
Is that what her name is?
Probably
Diplomacy?
a freaking venereal disease. Elmo said we got thousands of people in jail this country for weed charges. She gets out because she can throw a ball. They should have left her there. Yeah, I agree, Elmo. And especially to give back Victor Bout, the angel of death that was selling weapons to terrorists that wanted to kill American soldiers. That's the trade we make? I definitely
Well,
don't
you know
agree with
what?
that.
As long as it was agreed he stayed in that country over there, I don't care what they do with him. As long as he's not ever allowed on American soil again.
Oh
It's a lot to be
my.
said for them prison islands. Just turn them every damn one loose. Say good luck to you. I'll be back 5 years to pick you up if you're still here.
Well,
If
hi, Mr.
Gilligan and all
Clark.
them could last how long on the dadgum island, by God, he ought to be able to.
Right? Simon Rushdie. Oh, the guy who stabbed Salman Rushdie is to face sentencing for attempted murder. Second state bans fluoride from public drinking water. That's good. Let's see who the two states are. Florida became the second state in the country after Utah. Utah was the first, apparently, huh?
How did I know that Florida was involved?
Well, you don't need fluoride in the water. The science
It's
proves
not
that.
fluoride in the water that's making them crazy. It's the dadgum cocaine in it,
Well, it's also the remnants
the
of
meth.
birth control that's in there. That's messing with people's hormone levels, including men's. Almost
You know
says
what
yes.
hormones
Fluoride
are?
depends on what kind of hormones.
Well, I mean, it's just an indication you're getting your money's worth.
Holy crap! Smokey Robinson faces criminal investigation after SH allegations. The man's what, 80 some years old?
Man, half of those damn entertainers got those kind of allegations. Some of them got caught, some of them didn't.
How long ago did it supposedly happen? That's what I want to know.
Look at Bill Cosby. I believe he was railroaded. Why did you wait till he was a multimillionaire to come after him like that? Speak up when it happened or shut up.
That's definitely what I think. I think that if you can't don't have the strength to come forward within the first 5 years that it happens, you shouldn't be allowed to come after him after that. You know what I mean?
But then again, I don't know that he done it. I think just a group of people got together, saw that, figured out a way to make a buck off somebody and did it. They all got together so they can all get a little bit of the money. But you gotta admire his wife for sticking beside him.
Yeah.
That tells me
Well,
right there I don't think he was guilty because she would have known if anybody would have.
Elmo sent me a picture from BBC News that says man caught spiking his female date's drink with Viagra to make sure they don't get boners because you never know anymore these days. All right, Thomas, have a great day, bud. Hopefully your appointments go well. Thomas has to get ready for his appointments. He said, have a good day, everyone. Yeah, unfortunately, Daniel, you're not wrong. And this guy isn't wrong either. You know, if I ever start dating, I might have to take that approach as well. And then if a boner does pop up, I have to sit there and fight with them and tell them that they ain't taking it out on me.
Wait a minute. If you're gonna put Viagra in your date's drink and you get a bone,
No. You put a Viagra in your date's drink to make sure that they don't get a boner, because you don't know anymore. You can't be too sure
all
these
the
days.
women are doing it to the men.
No. Because of the trans thing, men are doing it to their dates because of the trans, to make sure that they're not.
Well, you know what? If I didn't know, yeah, I'd slip them a damn Viagra. Then if he got a boner, I'd beat him to death with it. You wasn't planning on using that, no way.
Not on me anyway. Good morning, Ruth. Ruth says, good morning, everyone. Mom said, Elmo, what's your story? I just told you what his story was. His story said, man caught spiking his female date's drinks with Viagra to make sure they don't get boners because, quote, you never know anymore these days, unquote. Oh, I got a low battery on the kitten cam. Let me get the charging cord here. Let me see if I can do this without. Just hold still, Fluff. There we go. You're fine, Fluff. Get back here. Get back here, my fluffers. Yes. Mom says, good morning, Ruth. How are you? Yeti said, with the boner or the Viagra, Fred? Uh-oh. I lost you. We lost the Fred. He'll be back when he gets signal again. Elmo says, my story, Jody. I grew up in the rough streets. I had to hang out with a guy that lived in a trash can. Laugh out loud. Really bad storms last night, but it's over already. Yeah, I saw that this morning, Ruth. I had said earlier when at the beginning of the show, I had said about you guys had gotten some bad storms up your way. So glad that nothing major happened and that you're okay. That daggone fly. We're gonna fix that now. Whoever I just hit in the face, sorry. I bought my fluffy with it. Yes, I bought my fluffers. Crisscross, Katie, Oscar the Grouch. So you've been spending time with her, huh? Oh, Chris calls Katie Oscar the Grouch. No, I call Katie the Grouch. I tell her she lives in a dumpster. Yeti says, ow. Oh my. But so what's everybody got planned for today? Ruth says I'm better than I was last night. I was at a point. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up the YouTube. I'm better than I was last night. I was at a point last night I didn't know if I wanted to stay up here by myself. Yeah, that's a bad storm when it's making you think like that. You texted what about 10 minutes ago? Almost is not much. Cooking, gotta go food shopping, etc. Yeah, he says supposed to go to the Cheesecake Factory with his mom. Very cool. What the heck was that now? Fluff must have went upstairs. No, Fluff's right here. I don't know who went upstairs. Somebody went upstairs. Never been to the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, it's Fang that was upstairs. Hi, Fang. Come here, puppy. Come on, Fang. Come on, Fang. There's my Fang. And my... Oh, no, don't step on that, buddy. Fang was stepping on the mouse pad. So he was gonna hang up on somebody. And there's the Casper. There's the Casper, yes. Casper's tail finally fell off. You have an either? Well, hopefully it's a good time. Hopefully you like cheesecake, because, yeah, that's going to suck if you go to the Cheesecake Factory and you don't even like cheesecake. Mom said, thank you all. I'm going to Ocean State job lots today. Cool. I think the Cheesecake Factory is one of those fancy places like Applebee's. I like Applebee's. Applebee's makes really good vanilla milkshakes. They put a little something extra in there if you ask them. But they make you show an ID first. I'm not a big cheesecake person, so that makes Mom and Katie happy because then they don't have to share with me. Hi, my boys. And I got another boy climbing up my leg, I think. Elmo, we used to go to a place outside at the mall called Damon's. And it would be nothing for us to drop a $500 bill in that place in a night for about 6 of us. I definitely miss those days. You know, the days where you had more money than brains, so you didn't care. Oh my. We might see Dave in a second. I don't know yet. Almost said too fancy for my taste. I'm more home cooked and simpler food. So many ways I could go with that, but no, I'm good. I'll behave. Good morning, Dave. How you doing, buddy? Dave said good morning. Didn't know you were on. Not a problem, bud. I'm sure the kittens will still do some fun stuff for you to watch. They were going hard earlier, man. Mom says, Elmo, I love to home cook, and cheesecake is not hard to make. And cheesecake is very simple to make. It's not hard, and it is delicious. Butter cake. I'll have to look that one up. What'd you retract it for, you butthead? I pinned her a comment, and then she went back and deleted it. I ought to time her out. No, if I do that, she'll come out here and beat my ass. As fun as that would be for you to watch, I'm hurting too much for that today. Okay, I'm going to pin your message again, Mother. Don't delete it. Mom says, okay, everybody, have a great day. I'm going to get mine started. Remember, be kind to one another. Love you all. Sir, that is not where you were supposed to be. I got you, puppies. Yes. What? What? Okay, then get down. She's gonna smack the shit out of me later, almost, so she'll have a good day. If you want to be nice, you can go get Katie up for me. Make sure she takes her meds. Well, no, she's not taking her meds right away. That's right, we're changing it. Sorry, I forgot. Oh my. So, Yeah, we're supposed to get some pretty good storms today, this afternoon. So we will definitely see what happens there. Chester's playing in the water bowl. Excuse me. Let me see here. Two climbers have passed away on Mount Everest. An Indian and a Filipino climber have passed away while climbing Mount Everest, as hundreds more are attempting to scale the world's highest peak. Let's see here. Indian and Filipino climber have died while climbing Mount Everest, as hundreds of climbers are attempting to scale the world's highest peak, expedition organizers said Friday. The Indian climber, identified as Subrata Ghosh, died on Thursday just below the 8,849 meter or 29,032 feet summit of the peak while he was returning from the top. How's that? Wouldn't that suck? I mean, seriously? You make it all the way to the top of Everest. You reach your goal, and on your descent down, you pass away and freeze. The other climber, identified as Philip Santiago, 45, from the Philippines, died on Wednesday. He was headed to the summit. He had reached Camp 4, which is the highest camp on the mountain. Was preparing for the final bid to reach the summit. So, oh my. I thought it was common for people to die trying to scale Mount Everest. It is pretty common, I guess. It's still sad, though. Ruth said Richard fixed a couple of bad spots on the roof last weekend, so it's all dry there. Well, that's definitely good. Nothing worse than being inside your camper and feeling like you're outside in the open wind and rain. Right? According to AI, 4.4 people die every year on Everest. Interesting. So, let me see what else we got here. Here you go. Here's one out by you, Dave. Denver air traffic controllers in scramble to use backups after losing comms Monday. Federal Aviation Administration official says the main communication lines went down in Denver earlier this week, but radar remained online. It's only a matter of time before we have another major aircraft catastrophe because we don't have people in the position that are qualified to be in the position. You know, which had they not discriminated against the white guys who actually wanted the jobs and were qualified for the jobs, they wouldn't be having a lot of these problems, would they? That's the way I see it anyway. Taste Elmo says, is the 0.4 person really short? Or Dave says, I love hiking and camping in the wilderness, but have never had a desire to climb a giant hill with really bad weather. I think it's the name recognition that comes with it. You can sit there and say, hey, I climbed the summit of Mount Everest. Yeah. But yeah, I like hiking and stuff too, Dave. Hoping I get to take you guys when I go to Mount Gretna. I got to see how the signal is over there. I might have to just record it and then do a voiceover later. Almost said they're using computer systems with floppy disks. It might be time to upgrade. You're saying they're using Commodore 64 still, Elmo? Or are they using an Apple IIe? What's the matter, my fluffers, huh? It says here they're saying that both the primary and main backup frequencies went down. So the controllers had to turn into an emergency controller, had to take an emergency frequency to communicate. Good morning, Ann. Ann says, watched Paul Bagley with Mike around the world, and Mike from around the world explained what is going on, and it's more than that. Interesting. Whoa, wrong button. Oh, you're gonna fall off, Bubby. Alrighty, let's see what else we got. Let's see what's on the Clinton News Network, shall we? 5 things to know for May 16th. Severe weather transit strike, birthright citizenship, fluoride ban, and United Health Group. For subscribers, I can't trust it ever again. Abrupt insurance changes rattle my military families and their medical bill providers. NYU withholds diploma from student who denounced war in Gaza during graduation speech. Why can't these people just accept that they did something good and not talk about it? I just don't understand it. Woman accused in Super Bowl reporter's death gets 25 years in unrelated case. Let's see. From the 1989 killings to a stunning resentencing, a timeline of the Menendez brothers murder case. So yeah, the Menendez brothers are getting back out. They'll be back out on the street in no time. Let me highlight Elmo's comment there, because that's a pretty good comment. A mom is accused of buying... Oh yeah, did you hear this shit? There was a mom whose son wants to be a mass pew-pew event person at a school. So his mother went and bought him ammunition and tactical gear so he could do it. What the hell is wrong with people? Drugs are bad, okay? People, stay the fuck away from them if you can't handle them. And don't have kids if you're going to be stupid. What you doing, buddy, huh? Hi, Frog Club. Welcome in. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a good day. Let's read more about this. I mean, let's just be honest. She just looks like a winner, doesn't she? Hold on. I mean, she looks like Mother of the Year, doesn't she? Fang. Mother of the Year right there. Morning, James. Welcome in, bud. How you doing? This is from A mom is accused of buying ammunition and tactical gear for her son despite repeated warnings about violent plans at school. Warning signs that a San Antonio middle school student... Fluff, that's not where you're laying, buddy. If you're not going to lay here, you're going to get down. It says, warning signs that a San Antonio middle school student had deadly intentions had been building for months, police say. They took on a new urgency Monday when his grandmother walked into his bedroom. There she found a rifle, a pistol, magazines loaded with live ammunition, and a homemade explosive device, according to court documents. The following morning, while the boy's mother took him to school, the grandmother called the police. Well, at least the grandmother has some sense. The mother, Ashley Pardue, 33, was arrested Monday and charged with aiding in the commission of terrorism. Authorities allege she provided her son with ammunition and tactical gear as payment for babysitting his younger siblings. Well, isn't that nice? I'm leaning towards the mother was pushing him to do it. People suck. Yes, they do, Elmo. I'm guessing the frog is from Britain. Nice to have you here. We have people from all over the world that join us. Australia, we have people from South Korea. Lots of other different places, so glad to have you. Pardo bought the materials despite being aware of her son's obsession with violence. The affidavit alleges that Pardo intentionally and knowingly aided her son. Her behavior is not only dangerous, it's abhorrent, especially as a parent. Yes, it is. But we know that parents suck anymore, a lot of them. They don't want to be parents. They want to be their kids' best friends. You know? Stop trying to be your kid's best friend. Beat their ass when they need it. Teach them to respect the rules. That way, when they get out in the real world and have to deal with people like me, I don't have to do it for you. You know what I mean, Vern? A bunch of... Two of America's largest cable companies are merging. Let's see if this affects anybody. Two of the biggest cable companies in the United States have agreed to merge, marking a major milestone in consolidation as cord cutters continue to ditch their pricey TV packages, thus forcing companies to adjust to their dwindling futures. Charter Communication, which operates under the Spectrum branding, is combining with its privately held rival Cox Communications. I don't think either one of them will affect me because I don't have cable, so I don't care. You're not mugging me for my chocolate milk fluff. Combining helps both of the companies on several fronts. The first is growing competition from AT&T and T-Mobile and other wireless providers, which are poaching customers with their own broadband services and packaging. I just think it's funny that ESPN thinks that they have enough of an audience that they can do their own streaming service. I predict another CNN Plus, and I think ESPN will be down within 1 month, 2 months at most. Let's see. Engineers go on strike at New Jersey Transit, halting the nation's third largest commuter line. And you were just talking about this yesterday, weren't you? Oh, you were talking about the mail. You were talking about the mail going on strike. Engineers at New Jersey Transit went on strike early Friday, bringing trains on the nation's third largest commuter rail service to a halt. A final day of negotiations between the state-run commuter rail service and the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainmen, BLET, failed to reach an 11th hour deal to prevent a strike. The work stoppage is poised to severely inconvenience some 100,000 daily rail commuters. It's always the little guy that gets screwed, you know? Is there anything you all want to talk about? If it is, throw it in the chat and we'll have a conversation. Let's see. Harvard president to take a 25% pay cut as university says it's blacklisted from getting federal funding. You shouldn't have been paying your university president that much to begin with. They don't deserve it. You're passing people through who can't fucking read or write. How does that make sense? Wisconsin judge argues prosecutors can't charge her with helping a man evade immigration. Yeah, that judge tried to use immunity, that she has judicial immunity, as her reason for not having to worry about being held accountable by the jurisdiction or the judicial service. And it's not working out quite the way she wants it to. Let me see here. Is the chat not moving again? And it says got some rain last night, although it came down hard, but it'd be easier to dig up the weeds in the garden area. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about when it rains when you're gardening. It makes it easier. Come here, Boo. Come on, Boo. Get up here. Hi, Boo. There's a bee in here somewhere. I can hear it. There it is. I am not the person you want to mess with, Mr. B. What? Why are you yelling, Fluff? Hey, 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 hey. That's enough out of you. You need to go that way, sir. Thank you. No. Ugh. It keeps landing on the fly swatter and then flying off after I have him. Stupid bees. Almost says I'm going to try something different when I try to grow grass and kill weeds. The opposite happens, so I'm going to try and grow weeds and see what happens, right? And says it's supposed to be coming out in the next few weeks that healthy children don't need C jabs, hopefully. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that, Ann. Ruth said everything just feels damp in the air. That's how it was here yesterday morning. Ruth. I have no idea what this bee's doing. It's on a wire, just kind of hanging out. So, interesting. I'll just agree with you because I'm not saying nothing because that gets me in trouble. Dave says, laugh my ass off, Elmo. I've done that, and now I have a ton of weeds, dandelions mostly, so I can eat those. Yeah, dandelions are good for you. So, yep. I see white feet outside. Almost said, hey, it's a source of food, Dave. That's always good. Has anybody gone to the survival part of our Discord and clicked on those? There's 2 QR codes in there. I need somebody to go check out and see if they work for you, because that's supposed to take you to some extra books for you. Huh. But Alright, y'all. Well, it is that time of day. I gotta get going here. I have some dishes to get done. Then I'll probably ride along with Mom up to Ocean State, see what's going on up there. So, be safe. Have a great day, everyone. I appreciate you being here. And depending on what it's like tonight, we might do a fireside chat. Let me go look at let me go check the weather real quick. That bee's still going nuts up here. Okay, so we're looking at 8 p.m. Feels like 77. Winds at 5 miles an hour. Winds at 6 miles an hour. Yeah. I'll let you know. It looks like right now, it looks like we're good to go for a fire tonight. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll see you all then. But thanks. Have a great night. And we'll talk to you later. Peace, y'all. Have a great day. Thanks for being here.